Hello guys, Board Game Hero here and welcome back. Today we are going to have a solo playthrough of Island of El Dorado. This variant came from the Thieves expansion. Right? So in this variant we're going to play against the island itself, going against the Titan, the Thief, and the Wolf. So let's start with the Wolf. The Wolf moves using the black die. So whatever you roll here is the Wolf's movement. So this is gonna be 1. And the wolf moves towards any living thing, your hero or your villager, and it attacks. It has a strength of 1. The thief, on the other hand, moves using the thief's die, and it moves using the lower number here. So it moves 3, 1, or 2. That's how its movement is going to be. Now, the objective of the thief is not to go to the nearest living thing, but to go to the nearest shrine to steal your offering. The thief has 3 offerings, and whenever you have an offering on a shrine and the thief steps on that shrine, he automatically steals your shrine and replaces it with his own, increasing the strength of all your enemies, including the Titan and the Wolf. Right, so that's the objective of the thief. Lastly, we have the Titan. The Titan moves using the golden die. So you roll this one, then it moves towards the nearest living thing, your explorer or your villager. Then it moves towards that location, and whatever, if you have a building, your villager, whenever the Titan moves through a space with your villager or your building, it automatically attacks it and moves forward, continue moving. Unless, of course, the Titan is defeated in that battle. So those are our rules for the island pieces. Let's move on to what I am using. I'm using Hector the Corporal. Hector the Corporal has 1 maximum villager. So in the solo game, you have 6 villagers. But if you're using Hector, you will have 7. So 1 extra more. Okay, the rest of the rules are just the same. Using hardcore mode. Hardcore mode does not have this rolling of the die to get the resources. You have 6 points and you get to spend it with the gathering or exploration. The rest of the rules are the same to standard hardcore mode, meaning you don't get to roll your golden die for resources. You just have 6 points and you get to spend it however you like on gathering. Then the rest will be your exploration points. Anyway, so I think we can start now. We start with the food, gold, and wood. And then, let's start on this tile. Oh, perfect. We have garden tile for our starting tile. And let's get Hector there. So this is going to be our starting tile. Now, let's go with our first turn. So for our first turn, this is actually good. So because we can get any resources we want here. So I'm just going to get 2 of each resources for the next shrine we can find. So 2, 4, and 6. Alright. This has a hard limit of 10. So always remember that in the hardcore mode, your resources are limited to 10. So right now we have 9. So let's go with our next turn. I'm going to start exploring around. So I'm going to move here. For the next turn, you also need to gather, of course, before you start your exploration. So let's think about what we need and let's plan ahead. So since we're going to leave this place, we're going to want to build a farmhouse and a villager. So I'm going to get as a gathering action, I'm going to get that. Okay, so I spent 3 gather action to get these resources. Then I'm going to explore 3 spaces. So I'm going to move here. It's my first action. So we have gold. Second, oh, we got a shrine. So, okay, so these island natives like the wolf, the Titan, and the thief, they appear once you find these shrines. So the first shrine you find, you will get the wolf, to play on the board. So that is our second turn. Our third turn, I cannot step there, but they can. I'm going to just move here, then we have the gold. Then I'm going to build a farmhouse and one villager. So I'm going to build a farmhouse here and one villager over here, so I can farm this tile whenever I want to. And I think I will have to defend from this wolf, so I'm just going to buy more villager. So I'm going to get 3 more villagers to defend this area from that wolf. Alright, so that ends our second turn. Now it's the wolf's turn. So we'll have to roll this black die. It's blank, so the wolf doesn't move. That's good for us. I can get resources to offer to this shrine, but we cannot do that unless the wolf moves away from that space. So for the gathering, I'm going to get 2 food. Make it 3 food. Then I'm going to explore more. So I'm going to go here. 1. So I have 3 exploration points. So 1, 2, and lastly we go here. No, we're not going here. Here, 3 to go here. Wow, it's full of gold. Everything is gold. So that ends our turn. It's now time for the wolf. Again, it's blank, it's empty, so the wolf doesn't move, and we continue with our turn. So this time I'm not going to gather, or maybe I will. I will gather gold, 2 gold, 2 gold here, so I can move my villagers later on, scatter them around. But I don't think there's a point of doing that because I already have the garden here. So I gathered 2 gold. I can move 4 spaces. I'm going to move here 1. Oh, we have the thief. The thief enters the game. So this is the thieves. This is another shrine. It has a gold border here, and that summons the thief into the game. So that's one of our movement. This changes the plan significantly. Man, let me think. Okay, I'm going back with my villagers because this thief always moves because there's no 0 here, so it always moves. So I'm going back here, 2, 3. No, sorry. So I'm here, right? 2, 3. I'm going to open this one. That's water. And my 4th movement would be to go back here on the garden. So that's my 4th movement. Now the wolf's turn. That's 1. So the wolf moves towards our location and attacks. So the wolf has a strength of 1 and we have a strength of 4. And let's roll. Well, so the wolf rolled 2. Let's just hope we roll greater than that. Oh, it's a tie. I rolled a 2 as well. If it's a tie, let me have a read at the rule book. Well, never mind. I'm going to spend 2 gold to re-roll 2 of my blank dice. And we got 1, meaning our roll is higher than the wolf, and we defeated the wolf. And if a guardian is defeated in battle, it just goes back to any unoccupied shrine tile, and we will put him back here. That is the wolf's turn. Next, the thief's turn. Let's roll this thief dice. The thief moves 2 spaces towards us. So 1, 2, the thief attacks. So the thief has a strength of 3 and we have a strength of 4. Let's roll. If I lose this battle, game over. So this is the thief's roll. He rolled the 4. Let's hope we roll better. We rolled the 5. Perfect. So we also defeated that thief, that guardian, so it goes back to this shrine. Now let's go on with our next turn.